a show that is not on Amazon, Netflix, Movie Pass, but on FX. And I want to touch on season 1 because we didn't really talk too much about it when it came out. I think neither one of us watched it at the time. American Crime Story.
I just watched it.
Yeah, Dave. So give me your hot takes about American Crime Story. I think I talked about it on our year end for 2017 or 20.
Yeah, right. It's it came out with summer 2016, Emmys a year ago.
I think it's still winning Emmy awards actually.
Yeah, or Golden Globes, right? You know,
yep.
the weird calendar. It's like Big Little Lies. You know, it's always there.
It's never gonna go away.
No, so it's very well done. Excellent cast. Everyone knows this. Sterling K. Brown, Sarah Paulson, and Courtney B. Vance, of course. All
telling the O.J. Simpson story.
Yeah, well-deserved Emmys about the most public trial of all time, and really gets into stuff you didn't think you knew. Really well done, and the cast is a deep bench there. But just watching it after knowing everything that's happened with the show, I'm like, I just can't help but think that the show is just really overrated. And that's not saying it's bad at all, but the show is just overrated. Like every big actor was nominated for that. They nominated Cuba Gooding Jr., John Travolta, and fucking Schwimmer. Like
it's just
that's
big
excessive. Yeah. And because it's the limited series / TV movie category, it's not as bad. But I don't know. I just I remember because this resulted in Fargo season 2 getting shut out, and I'm like, as a season of TV, Fargo season 2 is so much better, and it's just because Peel vs. OJ was just so inherently watchable, digest. Like it's a Ryan Murphy joint to a T. I get it, but I was just like, I wish we could have slowed our roll on this, in 2016. But again, really good. But that's my thoughts on it.
It's funny because they went for the big names for a lot of it, although Sarah Paulson did, I think, win a couple of awards off it. But yeah, Paulson, Courtney B. Vance, and Sterling K. Brown are the three that I come away from that being blown away by. Everybody else is just kind of big name, fun to watch. Taking a story like that and teaming it up with such a star-studded cast is gonna draw attention, especially as long as it doesn't bomb. And it didn't. It was good. I don't know if it goes down as like such an amazing TV show that we'll be talking about, for years to come. But it was a fun show. Fargo season 2 definitely did get robbed, but American Crime Story season 2, the assassination of Gianni Versace. I don't know why I went like Asian on that accent. That was just, I was trying to do Italian, but that was just horrible.
That's okay.
Ryan Murphy back directing. Edgar Ramirez, Darren Criss, Ricky Martin, Penelope Cruz headlining the cast.
Right.
Episode 1 dropped this past Wednesday. What did you think?
So I liked it. It's I think the most obvious point is that it's very different from People vs. OJ, despite the American Crime Story anthology banner in there. It's a different show. It's and reading advanced reviews that go into future episodes, apparently it's a very different vibe to the season. But I liked it. I mean, they get to the assassination right away. There's a lot of Cunanan, the guy who makes Dude. And the season is not about, the criminal trial proceedings the way People vs. OJ was. It's actually going to follow all the other low profile murders that Cunanan committed leading up to when he killed Versace. So I think that's a cool way to go about it. And we're subbing out the police misconduct and racism angle for AIDS and homophobia in the 90s, so it's still in terms of what American Crime Story does, but the cast is much less high profile, and remains to be seen how this will keep audiences attention. If it it just has to be great writing, we'll see. The guy who wrote London Spy, Tom Rob Smith, is a screenwriter. So we'll see how that goes. But it doesn't have the easily marketable ensemble the way OJ did.
Yeah, and I think that actually works in its benefit. Darren Criss, I mean, he's been on Glee, I think probably other TV shows that I'm just not aware of. But he's phenomenal. I could not like I came away from that show being like blown away by his performance as Keenan, and he obviously has the most to do as well right now. It'll be interesting. I didn't really know much about this story to begin with, which I also think helps it out. You're not following the most famous like car chase ever, the most famous trial ever, the most famous murder ever. You're following something that is well known. He killed like a tycoon mogul as well, or something like that in Chicago. But
Right.
and that I think Versace is by far his most high profile murder. Um, you know, I'm interested to see Ricky Martin and what he has to do, because he was the one that I I couldn't like. Penelope Cruz, obviously like the most high pro. But when I saw Ricky Martin and like him just like wailing in the street, I was like, oh come on, Ricky! Like that he could be the one that I think pulls me out of the show the most.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for the
Juice.
season. Oh my god, the juice.
Juice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say. It's early. Reviews are really good. Everybody's saying the show is gonna make waves. It's interesting too because they were planning to do this as season 3 originally, which we
Right.
talked about in the pod before. It'll be interesting to see if this propels them further along towards actually having a Katrina story, which I'm still skeptical if they'll ever get off the ground. But if this is as good as people say it's going to be, I think it'd be a great first step or second step.
Right. Yeah. And the key to remember, which is a lot of people probably don't even realize, is OJ and Versace. They're both adapted off books, and there is no text really to adapt for Katrina. It's a text that's adaptable for the screen. So that's the major hang up there. But we will see. I'm excited to keep watching the show. It's going to be good.